Hello Capricorn, and welcome to Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa and this is your reading for June 2024. So we're going to start the reading with 3 cards to give the general energy, the general theme of the reading. So let's go. We have the Ace of Swords, we have the 9 of Swords, and we have the Hermit. So the sword cards are generally the cards of our mind, our mental clarity and the thoughts that run through our head all the time, the things that can cause us pain, can cause us anguish, can cause us to overthink. So the Ace of Swords is a really good card because it's about gaining mental clarity, about the beginning of this mental clarity. So something will happen, or something, you will hear something, or suddenly just have this revelation and things will start to become a little bit clearer, and which is really great because the 9 of Swords is the card of mental anguish, of that ever waking nightmare. So you having some sort of stress or worry that's on your mind constantly, that you can't shake off, that's there when before you get to sleep, and it's there when you wake up, and it's just something that's really on your mind. So the Ace of Swords is really good because that shows then that you're coming through this worry, this thought, this thing that's on your mind, and you coming through it and starting to get a little bit of clarity on the situation. And the Hermit card is obviously hermits live in caves. Try and get that in focus. There we go. And he is about to come out of his cave and share the wisdom that he's learnt. So I think that's got pretty much the theme of your reading, is that you're going to become a little bit clearer on the things that have been on your mind, and you're going to start stepping out of that cave and sharing or using the things that you've learnt to move onwards in this next cycle of life. So let's have a few cards to look at your past energy. Okay, so past energy for Capricorn. We have the 2 of Pentacles and we have the Queen of Pentacles. Now the 2 of Pentacles speaks of bringing things into balance or juggling something. And so that could be finances, it could be your time, it could be love, it could be relationships generally, could be your career. It could just generally just be that work-life balance that we're all striving for. And the Queen of Pentacles, she's the richest queen in the pack. So she's sat there surrounded by all the beautiful things in life. There we go. She's wearing red, so she's very powerful. She's very in charge of her finances and of what she wants. And she's got a finger on the button. She knows exactly what her incomings in, what her outgoings are. She knows exactly what she would like out of life, and she knows how to attract the abundance to her. So I think this is what you've been doing in the past, in the recent past, is trying to find this balance, this work-life balance, or this balance of finances, so that you're in a better place of abundance, where you're more open and more the abundance can flow more because you're in a much better place, or you're more aware of what you need to do to be in that place of abundance. Let's have a couple more cards. Okay, we've got the Fool and we have the Page of Swords. So both of those cards, if you look at them, they're both like really young souls, and they're both looking in the same direction. They're both looking to move onwards and looking for a new adventure. The Fool is the card of stepping out into a new cycle, into the beginning. It's the very beginning of the tarot, so it's the beginning of the journey, and it's he's about to take a leap of faith because he's on the edge of the cliff, and he's got his knapsack on his back. He's not got a lot in it. He's just taking what he can carry. And despite the fact that the mountains are snowy in the background, the sun is shining on him, and he's there prepared to take a leap of faith and step out onto this exciting new journey. And the Page of Swords is there because it's the beginning of the clearer mind. The clouds are beginning to clear, and she's beginning to see things where how they need to be, the direction she needs to go on this new journey. So that's really, really good start. So that's you just to have a little bit of a recap, that you're trying to bring balance to get to that place of abundance. You're opening yourself up to it, and now you've been stepped onto this new cycle, and you've got a clearer idea of where you're heading towards. So that's a really good beginning. Let's have a little. Oh, we've got one jumped out there. We have the High Priestess, which is, sorry, I'm just giggling because that's literally, I had a bit of a false take before, and she came out straight away, along with the Ace of Swords. Oh, we have another ace. We've got the Ace of Cups. And we have the King of Cups. So you've got 3 cards there. I'm not sure why, you obviously needed it. Now the High Priestess, along with the Hermit, obviously he's been learning and collecting information and knowledge, and he's been in his cave figuring it out to create this inner wisdom. The High Priestess is very in touch with her spiritual side. She's very in touch with her intuition, and she is very wise. And she has this deep inner knowledge and knows which direction she needs to go on, because she's really good at listening to her inner voice, that we've all got, that most of us just ignore most of the time. So the Ace of Cups is the card. All aces are a little seedling that we have the opportunity to put time and effort into, so it can grow into something amazing. Obviously the Ace of Cups, the Suit of Cups, is the card of emotions, of love, of compassion, of all those lovely things. And so I think you are starting to get in touch with your deeper inner world, and you're using it to guide you a little bit more. And this is taking you, on this journey of deeper love and deeper compassion for others. Now I don't know what the situation is that you're living in at the moment. Everybody's got something different going on, so this reading will be different for everybody. But it's generally, isn't it? It's about relationships. It's about love. It's about work. It's about finances. But all of these cards, you can put them into context for your situation. And so, I think this is calling out for you to use your deeper, more compassionate side, and to be a little bit kinder, and whether that is to yourself or to others in the situation, whatever you have going on, then I think this is just a little bit of a reminder that things in life always flow a little bit better if we've got that love and that compassion, that openness with people. We don't always get it back, but you know what, it's good to show to have that little bit of compassion for people. The King of Cups, he is in charge of his emotions. See there, he's sat on his throne on that little island, and all around him the sea is choppy, and it's all the waves, the boat in the background's all going up and down on the waves. But yet he's sat there, and he's feeling, he's not being rocked at all by it. So this card can be the card of holding things steady, holding your emotions steady, despite everything that's going on around you. There may be a lot of things that would potentially in the past have caused you a lot of pain, a lot of heartache, a lot of waking nights, a lot, this could be the issue that's keeping you awake at night. And I think these cards are coming in to maybe teach you or to give you a nudge in the direction that the answers always lie within you to any problem that you've got to solve, whatever the problem is that's going on in your head at the moment that's keeping you awake. And this could bring about that inner clarity for you. And it's a little bit of a reminder to be kind and compassionate to yourself and to get yourself in a place where, despite everything that's going on around you, all the turmoil, all the things that are stressing you, you get yourself in that place where, you're not easily shaken. You're feeling strong. He's really strong. He's confident. He's sat there on his throne. He's not being moved. And he's very in touch with his emotions. He's not afraid to feel them, because that's all right. You don't have to completely block things out, but he's not letting them drag him into any drama. He's not, rolling with them and just amplifying his emotions bigger than they need to be, because he's in he's found this place of peace within. He's connected with his spiritual side. He's connected with his inner world, and he's feeling able to deal with whatever is thrown at him. So let's have a few more cards to clarify that. Let's have a little looky for Capricorn. Okay, we have got the Seven of Swords, and we have the Two of Swords. So the Seven of Swords can be the card of betrayal, can be the card of theft, it can be the card of betrayal is the word that actually is springing to mind. But I actually see that he's there. He's stolen all those swords from the army camp, and he's carrying them away, and he's taking them away with himself. Now, I think in this case, it's not a case of you being betrayed by others. I think that you are doing yourself a disservice with all the turmoil that you've got going on, that all the things that are flying through your mind. Excuse me, let me pick those up. The things that you've got going on flying through your mind, things that are keeping you awake at night, they don't need to, because they're not, maybe not even your things. They're not your worries potentially. And if they are your worries, then they don't need, they're not, we're going back to the King of Cups, that maybe is being amplified in your mind, and it feels bigger than it actually is. We've got the Two of Swords, which is the card of making a decision, or actually, she's got the blindfold on here. She's sat there on the edge of the water, and she's afraid to make a decision. She's burying her head in the sand. She's not actually looking clearly at the decision A, the decision B. There may actually even be a decision C that but because she's so blinded by and maybe a little bit afraid of making each choice and taking a jump, then she's found herself in this immovable state. She's in this freeze mode because she can't make the choice, which, as we all know, choices move life on, don't they? Once we put a bit of energy into something, if that's a thought, a choice, something, then things start moving and things start changing, and then that's how things get resolved. So I think maybe at the moment you're letting your mind overtake you a little bit too much. And if you've got a choice to make, don't be afraid to make it. Stop procrastinating and just make it, because once it's done, then you can deal with the fallout then, can't you? With what comes of that, and you can begin to start making things the way that you want to be, because it might be the right choice, it might not be the right choice, but nothing's forever. We can tweak things, we can change things. It doesn't have to be, things don't have to stay the same. So I think you need to try and connect with, maybe take some time to get outside in nature, to get on your yoga mat, to meditate, to do whatever it is that you can have that place of peace, that you can listen to what's going on inside. Because when things are going, life's going at 10,000 miles an hour, we don't have any time to listen to ourselves, to listen to our body, to listen to our inner, our deep inner knowledge that we all have, because life's going at 3,000 miles an hour. So maybe take some time to connect with yourself, have some compassion for yourself, try and steady yourself, and don't try not to betray yourself by having all of this nonsense that you don't need to have that's going on in your head. It can be resolved with a choice. So let's have a little look at our future energy. Let's have a little look for Capricorn. Oh, we've got the Three of Swords, which has just jumped out there. And that is the card of heartbreak and loss. But I actually I don't think that it's necessarily that for you. Let me just get a few more clarifiers out. We have the Five of Swords, we have the Ace of Pentacles, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. So the Three of Swords can be obviously something that you've gone through that's causing you this heartbreak, this loss, this feeling of loss, this feeling of grief. And that doesn't have to be the fact that you've lost someone, that grief word. It can be something that you've had to leave behind, something that you've had to let go. And maybe if you've got that choice that you need to make that's been causing you a lot of pain, inner pain, and once you've made that choice, then you may feel a little bit of loss, because, you know, sometimes choices, there's always one that's not going to win, isn't there? So that one, you may feel lost for that, the choice that you didn't make. And you know what? That's all right. That's okay. But you just need to not linger on that too much. Trust your inner world, that intuition. The Five of Swords is that having a battle. So he's got his swords, and he's won. Oh, does not want to focus today. So he's got his swords. He's beaten his opponents, and he's won his swords. Now, this doesn't actually have to mean that you're battling somebody else. This could be your own inner battle. So, which I actually think it is. So this shows us that you've moved on. You've winning the battle that's been going on inside your head, and things that you've been struggling that have been causing you stress and anxiety, and then maybe a little bit of feeling of loss once that's gone, because you've made the choices, but you're coming out on top. You've won the battle. You've won the battle of your inner world, which can be really hard to take control of. You know, our inner critic, the stresses and anxiety that we have, can be hard to cope with. But you're gonna figure that out, and you're gonna come out by the end of June. You should have figured out, as long as you've made the choice and you've actually just not procrastinated and put energy into it to move things forward, you're going to find yourself in a place where everything feels lighter. Your mind feels lighter, and you are going to be gifted by the Ace of Pentacles, a gift of something. So that could be a gift in the form of financial reward. It could be the gift of anything, really. It could be the gift of love, even. Just anything that's tangible that can come in for you to make you feel in a better place. Let me just have two more cards. We've also got the Seven of Pentacles, and he is the card of looking at the work he's done. one's just flown away. Oh, do you know what? I'm not going to be able to find that because it's right over under the table. He's the card of looking at the work that he's put in and of seeing how beneficial that's been for him. If the work that he's put in is giving him the rewards that he deserves, that he likes. We've got the King of Swords and we've got the Knight of Swords. So I think that you are going to, by the end of June, you're going to be feeling your brain is going to have kicked itself into touch and brought it back into, you'll have fought this inner battle and you may be feeling a little bit of sadness and loss, but something's going to come in that's going to distract you from it, and it's going to push you onwards and give you a little opportunity that you can work on, that you can nurture, that you can grow, that you can then figure out. It can help you figure out, is this the direction that you want to go in? Where you're heading, whether that's in love, relationships, work, place, whether it's going to be worth it for you. So I think it will bring you some clarity, because we've got the King of Swords here and he knows exactly what's going on in his mind. He's very analytical. He's very in touch with his mind. He's very knowledgeable. He knows where he's going. He knows what he wants, and he knows how to get it. So I think whatever's going to come up for you, this being gifted to you in June, you're going to really find some clarity of about where you're heading and whether it's going to be worthwhile for you, and it's going to help you to push forward. We've got the Knight of Swords there. He's moving at speed. He's on his white horse. He's got his sword in the air. He's not taking any prisoners. He's moving fast and he's pushing forward. So I think your brain and your mind, all the things that have been causing you stress and anxiety, you're going to take control of that, and you're going to figure out whether what's happening, where you're going is the right thing for you, and you're going to really push forward with that. You're going to really create a plan of action, and you're going to start moving towards it, because you know exactly now what it is that you need to be doing. You've learnt the lessons during the rest of the month, and you are now forging forward at speed to your final destination of the place that you want to be, whether that is a new home, a new job, a new relationship, whatever that is for you. So let's have 3 cards that give, throwing the cards around today, just jumping out of my hands. Let's have 3 cards which give us a general overview and a little bit of, maybe a little bit of advice and guidance for this month for Capricorn. Okay, we have the 7 of Swords, we have the World, and we have the Queen of Swords. 7 of Wands, the World, and the Queen of Swords. So the 7 of Wands, he's defending himself. He's having to defend himself, and he's battling to prove that he's making the right choice. And I think that's what you've been doing to yourself. You've been having this battle. I think deep down in your inner world, your deep knowledge, inner knowledge, as the High Priestess, you know exactly what you need to be doing, but your brain's taken over, and you've been having this inner battle with yourself to maybe talk yourself out of it, or to just causing yourself a lot of stress and anxiety that's not required. Now the World is the completion of the journey and also the beginning of a new journey. We've had the Fool already, which shows us that you're off on this new journey. So the world, saying you have the world at your feet, you've completed that last phase of life, and now it's time to move on to the next, onto this new exciting phase. And the Queen of Swords, she is obviously the queen of the swords, of taking control of her inner mind, her inner thoughts. And it shows here that she's got all the clouds from the past are starting to fade downwards, and she's finding this inner clarity. So she is very clear and very confident about where she wants to go next. She's very knowledgeable, she's learnt all the lessons, and she knows exactly where she wants to go, and she's going to do it. As in all queens, all the queens are quite creative, and obviously being a female, she has that fertility side, that nurturing, that pushing things into life. And I think this is what it's clarifying for you. Well, it is clarifying for you, despite the fact that you've had all this inner turmoil. You're going to beat it and battle through, and you're going to go on this next phase of life where you've got this clearer thinking about where you want to go, what you want to do, and how you're going to get there. So, Capricorn, have an amazing June. I'd love to know how June goes for you. I'd love to know if the reading resonates with you, and if you'd like to like and subscribe, then that would be amazing. You can catch up again next month. But in the meantime, have a wonderful time, have a wonderful day, and I will hopefully see you next month. Take care. Bye.